Welcome to the Lima Locos Postgame Show, brought to you by Hot Take Sports.
In tonight's game, the Locos fell to the expansion Sandusky Ice Haulers by a score of 16-7. It was a bit of a rough night overall on both sides of the ball, despite turning out 11 hits. We just couldn't piece the runs together.
Here's the interview with Mat Furuto after the game.
I'm Matthew White, here from the Hot Take Sports podcast, here with head coach Mat Furuto. Coach, how you feeling tonight?
It was a little rough night. There was a lot of tough things, but there were some good things that we can build on, but definitely not a night to remember for sure.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Do you have any update for us on pitcher Nick Wright, who got injured last night?
I do not. He went to the doctor today, so they're trying to get him scheduled to get that checked up, but I hate it for him. He was going to be one of our best arms, so I hate it for him, but hoping it was hopefully for a good recovery soon.
Yeah, we're hoping so too. So, what was the post-game speech like? 2 games in a row, not our greatest performance after starting really hot. How do you rally the troops to get them back tomorrow?
Yeah, so we just ultimately got to be better. There's some things we've gotten away with early in some games, and we've kind of hit our way through it. But there's some things we got to really clean up, and when you lose, those things really get exposed. And so there's some things that we got to clean up and get better at. And we just got to get better in those things and challenge and compete a little bit better.
All right, and lastly, what are your thoughts on 3 scoreless innings of pitching from our field players this evening?
Yeah, it was fun to watch them pitch. They did a good job, and so they did a good job, and hopefully we don't have to use them again, but we know we got them if we need them.
So they're not going to be shaking up the bullpen at all?
I hope not. I'm not planning on it.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Yes.
That's Coach Ferruto from the Lima Locos. All right, that was Coach Mat Furuto of the Lima Locos. Tonight we're introducing our player of the game, Trevor Ryder. He had a decent day at the plate. Not his best, but still not. He contributed. I said
1 for 4. No, I was telling you.
But was exceptionally good on the defensive side of the ball. To highlight that, he made an extravagant play at third base where the Ice Haulers bunted a foul ball right in front of the home dugout, and he made an amazing diving play to really electrify the team. And on the other side of that, we have what we're calling the meme of the game. Something funny, weird, or just downright dumb that the other team does, or, if we're having a good night, maybe it's something that one of our boys did. Tonight, it's going to go to the Ice Haulers left fielder, Jackson Green. He caught a routine fly ball in left field and started jogging it in, all proud of himself, and then with some help from his teammates, he came to the realization that was only out number 2, and our player of the game, Trevor Ryder, was able to walk home and make that a sac fly, which was it was an interesting play. Definitely got laughs from all the way around the stadium. And just to make it worse for our boy Jackson Green, he also lost a pop fly just before that.
Yeah, it was a batter or 2 before.
Yeah, lost in the sun.
And then, Brady, why don't you kind of give us the scoring breakdown for the game?
Well, the Locos, as mentioned earlier, put up 7 runs. In the bottom of the first, second baseman Garrett Howe hit a sac fly to left, scoring Daryl Buggs after he hit a leadoff double. And then after that, in the bottom of the 5th inning, Trent Belli scored on a ground ball to the second baseman. Belli was actually the Loco that reached on the first misplay by Jackson Green. And then following that was Garrett Howe's sac fly, as mentioned, the meme play of the game. Was the second sac fly for Garrett Howe. Then in the bottom of the 6th, Miller Ladisau, the DH, put one over the left center field fence for a solo shot. And then in the bottom of the 7th, and to stay away from getting run ruled, Jake Smallwood had 2-run single to left, and then Miller Ladisau had an RBI single to center Jake Smallwood got caught up between second and third for the third out. And that would be all the scoring for the Locos, and the bottom of the seventh was actually the last scoring done at all after some solid relief by the Locos, I'd say.
And said solid relief happened to not come from pitchers, per se, but guys that were labeled as shortstops and third basemen in the scorebook. We had Jay Sorahan pitch 2 relief innings, and
Trevor Austin came in and pitched to the top of the ninth.
The other Trevor.
Yes, the other Trevor from Mercer, who plays third base. I mean, overall, I think once we get the pitching sorted out, I think
we will be a very dangerous team. Once the pitching is all sorted out and they start throwing gas, watch out.
I mean, they can definitely throw gas. We've had 2 guys almost at 90, so.
I mean, in the strike zone.
1 or 2, same thing.
So we had 1 hit 90.
Oh, we got one. Yeah, one did hit 90. Another was close over the last couple nights.
We had a shortstop, Gray's 90.
That's true. We did have a shortstop, Grace 90. Jay Sorahan was throwing gas. He had struck out 2 guys last night. Austin had one of his own. But I mean, we just need to bounce back to tomorrow night against the Graders.
Yep, and it's a young team, and it's a really early season. It's too early to be watching standings and getting worried. The team still has a really good record at 5-2, and there's still players that haven't even gotten to the team yet. So once everyone gets settled in, chemistry builds, the team's already hitting really good. All they gotta do is keep that up, and they can get on a roll again.
I believe one of the pitchers is coming in tomorrow for the game.
Yeah, then another one's coming in July. I believe the starter for tomorrow night. 'Cause I had asked Ferruto about it earlier in the day. He said Parker Wakeland's going to start tomorrow night against the Graders. But the new pitcher, if he does come in time for tomorrow night's game, he could come in relief.
Okay.
The team continues to grow, and it's a long season, so lots of room for improvement.
Just need to bounce back before we play Jetbox on Sunday.
Yep, time to bounce back. This has been the Lima Locos Postgame Show, brought to you by Hot Take Sports. Follow us and the Lima Locos on social media at Hot Take Sports 16 and at Locos Baseball. Join us back at Simmons Field tomorrow as the Locos take on the Graders for an orange out. Make sure you wear your Locos orange, and we'll see you next time. Remember, we are
all aboard.